A year after we told you. And I want to get Paul Watson on the line, then I'm going to your calls after this break. I want to get Paul online to give him his mission on air. Paul Watson, our hardest worker when it comes to writing, and everybody does a great job. He's here now. He's not home. He's here. Let's bring Watson up right now. Paul Watson.
Hi, Alex.
Well, here is CNET News, a division of CBS News. Feds admit storing checkpoint body images at one federal courthouse just from Florida. They have saved tens of thousands of images. Of course, it's for their naked body scanning. And we reported on this 11 years ago that major clothiers were putting in Taylor machines that scan your body. That data is then sold to the feds. This is a biometric scan. It gives you cancer, and they're storing your naked body, and it violates child porn laws. I want you to do an article saying naked body scanners, aren't just storing it, the rest of the story, and tell people, see, we told you so, in all those, 10, 15 or more articles that you and Steve and Kurt have written when we documented that their own documents say they're storing it, which shows they're a pack of criminal liars. Of course they lied to you. All they do is lie to the public and tell you that everything's okay. Watson, this is incredible, though, that these creatures now admit it gives you cancer and that they are storing it, and it does scan your genitals, and they are keeping it for law enforcement, Watson.
Well, I mean, they've lied about these body scanner devices at every turn. I mean, they were introduced on the basis that they don't show clear images of genitalia, and yet, right from the very beginning, on the TSA's own website, you could go on there and see the kind of images that these produce, and they produce a clear outline of genitalia. Indeed, that's what the researchers, for example, from the London Guardian, who went in and looked at the trial, said that it produces, quote, eerily visible images of genitalia.
And to make sure they've got the scanner tuned right, they look at the genital, the female folds, and the male shape to make sure it's tuned. Just like a photographer looks at the eye or looks at moles on the face when you're taking a photo, when you're tuning a camera to focus it, a video camera or a still photo. In the handbook, they are told to look at the genitals, training them. Watson, it's just so incredible. Stay there. I want to get some final comments from you on this. Then I'm getting back into the mass extermination program. And then your phone calls. Mark, Jason, Miguel, Beth, Craig, and others. We'll be right back. I haven't even gotten in to the point that in Texas they've now admitted that, they take all your baby's DNA at birth and give it to the Pentagon, and the Pentagon gives your local community money. And they act like, the headline is State of Texas bartering your baby's DNA. They're not bartering it. It's a 38-year-old secret global program. But the media never reports on the full story. They go, okay, it's true, the conspiracy theorists are right, they're storing your baby's DNA. Now, look at this CNET news story, top news story on Drudge. We just posted it, link to it up on Infowars.com. Feds admit storing checkpoint body scan images. And it says the federal marshals have a Gen 2 machine hooked in, and at one airport, 40,000 images. It says that they boast that it can be operated remotely, and the Gen 2 detection engine capability is stored with your name and your naked body 360 scan is then transferred to the federal marshals, and they have a naked body scan of your children, your wife. Isn't that funny? I mean, imagine if the cops grabbed your wife off the street randomly, stripped her down and took color photos of her, you'd go crazy. But they run you through the airports and do this, and it's A-OK. Paul Watson, this is incredible.
Well, I mean, the shocking thing about it is that the fact that these images produce clear, visible shots of genitalia, and you've got children going through these. In the UK, they make you go through them. You don't get a choice. And it breaks child pornography laws. And a lot of these kind of people that work for the TSA and airport security have been habitually caught abusing their power. And many of them have been caught using these naked body scanners to harass their own colleagues. So you've got the worst possible breed of individuals running these machines. They completely violate privacy, and they produce radiation at 20 times the dose we were originally told. Columbia University reported back in June were placing millions of people at risk.
Well, I want to be clear. They give you cancer. That's mainline scientists and universities. They lied from the beginning about what the machines are even for. They're designed to get a naked 360 biometric scan of your body. And from the inception, the Electronic Privacy Information Center got the documents that these devices are designed to be deployed in a way that allows the images to be routinely stored and recorded, which is exactly what the Marshal Service is doing. 35,314 images stored just on one machine in Orlando, Florida, from the airport. Everybody run through that at that one airport, 35,000 plus stored. It's totally illegal. The criminal, degenerate, murderous Homeland Security lied to everybody and said they weren't. From the beginning, they were doing it. Just like they lie about why the fluoride's in the water when their own documents say it's meant to sterilize you and give you cancer. Just like they lie about bisphenol A and now admit it's sterilizing us and giving us cancer. I mean, Watson, we've got to wake up, even myself and you and everyone, just how murderous and lying and criminal they are. They are complete scumbag criminals, and they have a bunch of dumbed-down fluoride head, TSA cops and others that'll do whatever they're told, and it's total evil. They're bathing our children in radiation in the naked body scanners. They're saying they're going to have a mobile on the streets of America to travel. They've got dumbed-down, brain-damaged cops pulled from the general public running it. They all think it's funny. They're a pack of total scum.
Well, the good news is, I mean, there's a revolt against these body scanners. Dubai Airport has said they're not getting them. And in Idaho, you had that bill whereby they would throw them out and not allow them in Idaho. So if people lobby their governments at the state level, then we can get these thrown out. And then if there's a boycott of the airports that do continue to use them, fewer economic forces will drive them out of existence.
Absolutely. If not, they're going to put them in the shopping malls, on the streets, at the public schools. It's all been announced. They've got